We are speaking to immigration attorney Chantelle Casillas in Berkeley, California. Counselor, welcome. I am in court and want to file an asylum application. How do I do that?
So if you are in court and you would like to file an asylum application, which is Form I-589, it's pretty easy to do. At the courthouse, you can go, to the clerk's floor, and they should have blank Form I-589s available for the public to fill out by themselves and then file that day if possible, typically at their initial master calendar hearing. Otherwise, you can go online on Google and look up, Form I-589 application for asylum. If you're not, let's say, a native English speaker, let's say Spanish is your first language, there may be some resources there where you can find your Form I-589 in Spanish, fill it out that way, and then maybe have someone in English help you, who speaks Spanish and English, help you translate or put the words that were on the Spanish Form I-589 into the English Form I-589 and then file it with the court.
Do I have to fill an application for every family member?
I would say that it's a very, very, very good idea to file and fill out a Form I-589 for every member in your family if, they have a case that is, conjoined with yours before the judge. And the reason that I would suggest this is because, let's say, for example, you as the lead parent or the lead respondent or the lead person in this case don't have a very strong claim, and you have minor children, the judge could very well find that, under current immigration asylum laws, that your children, based on, what they've suffered in the past, persecution, they may be entitled to asylum under different grounds. So if your cases weren't separated, if you guys all didn't file separate I-589s and the judge were to, deny the leads and there were no separate ones for the children, then the children's would also get removed or deported with the main applicant. So it's always a good idea to file separate ones.
If someone helped me fill out an application and I believe it was submitted to the judge, what do I do?
So if you believe that someone in the past may have helped you fill out a Form I-589 asylum application, but you're not sure, there are a few ways you can go about doing this. You can call the courthouse where you live, where your case is currently pending, and ask to speak to the clerk. They'll ask you some questions to verify that it's you. And you can always check with them whether or not an I-589 is on file. And you always want to make sure you get the date that it was filed, because they'll have that information. Otherwise, you can always submit a FOIA request, Freedom of Information, Privacy Act request, and the government will deliver to you a small CD-ROM with your entire immigration file. There you can check on a computer whether or not you have in fact filed an I-589 in the past. And then another way that you can check if an I-589 has been filed for you may be to call the 1-800-898-7180 number. There you'll be prompted to press, 111, type in your 9-digit A number, and then I believe it is 112 will tell you how many days are on the clock. And days on the clock refers to how many days your asylum application has been pending or has been filed with the court. And when you have 150 or 180 days, you may be able to file for a work permit in some cases as well. So it's good information to know.
Are there deadlines to file the asylum application?
Yes, there is a very important deadline when it comes to filing your asylum application. All asylum applicants have 1 year upon entering the United States to file their Form I-589 application for asylum. If you do not file your I-589 within 1 year of entering, that makes things a lot harder for your case, and you may not be entitled to all the benefits that come with asylum. For example, asking to petition your family members, such as spouses or children, at a later time if you were to win your claim.
What if I miss the deadline?
If you miss the 1 year filing deadline for your asylum application, and this does happen pretty frequently, unfortunately, because most people who come to the United States aren't aware of our strict immigration deadlines. things of that nature of the law, that you can always, if you hire an attorney, they should know that there are ways to overcome the 1-year bar. Some of these ways, would be changed circumstances, which I could write a whole book about. There are very many things that you could cite and, explain to the judge at a later point in time as to why you couldn't file within the 1 year. And then there's also, exceptional or exigent circumstances that prevented you from filing within the 1-year deadline. But again, it's very, very good if you get the opportunity to speak with an immigration attorney who knows what they're doing, because there are ways to overcome the 1-year bar. It's not easy, but it is possible sometimes.
Counselor, thank you. We appreciate your time.